real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, Mark, you're getting a lot of feedback.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Mark.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, somebody's got feedback. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But that's
okay. Yeah, I was trying to use my headphones because I'm deaf.
okay. I think that's Fred. Fred, you got feedback going on.
No.
Yeah, when I cut you out. But welcome everybody to the live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from.
You can still hear me.
But we got a special discussion today, the message to my 92% male viewership. We're going to talk about what makes the Filipina so special, because that's what y'all want to talk about. That's why y'all watch these channels. That's not food stuff. That's not food stuff.
Am I okay now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're okay, Fred, but somebody.
What about me?
I'm getting some type of, sounds like a wind or.
Oh, it's probably my AC I got above me.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if I shut that off.
Yeah, that's what that is, Fred.
Yeah, hold on.
But before we get started, we'll talk about a few other things. Welcome to NTZ crew. Thank you, Jacob Tanjay and Michael Beach of Life, man, for everything y'all do to make us a safe and respectable live stream. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, Mark, real quick, because I think this is your first time being on the show. You're kind of dark, too, brother. Come on back in the light.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself and kind of give us a little background of how you relate to the Philippines and everything.
Yeah, my name is Mark. I'm from the United States. I live in North Carolina via Chicago. I started coming to the Philippines in 2017. I came here about 9-10 times. It's like my 10th time here. Been on many islands. Had a couple girlfriends. I'm thinking about making this my home, and I'm pretty glad to be here on the Sunshine Shoulder Show. He's like one of the heroes on the network.
Oh man, don't put that kind of pressure on me, Fred. Hey, welcome, Mark. I know you got in town yesterday. Marilyn's gone and she's checking on a van, man. We're gonna take y'all up in the mountains today. Mo's in that same hotel. Another subscriber, Mo, is there. Him and his beautiful Filipino. What's going on, Fred? He's the real OG over there in Guam, man. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone doing today?
I think, what time is it over there, Fred? How many hours?
Actually, Guam is 2 hours ahead of the Philippines. Oh, so okay. Your 9:30 there is our 11:30 here.
Oh, okay. So I should say my own Uto to you.
How's that? Is that better, Calvin? You don't hear the noise now?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot better, okay. Fred. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about that slap last night that was heard around the world. Did you see that, Fred? Have you saw the link?
Yeah, I saw it. In fact, I saw it this morning. I was watching the news, on it.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Fred?
Well, the thing is, when you're a comedian out there, you're going to say all kind of stuff and everything else. And people need to have a thick skin because it's all in fun. Because I don't think Chris Rock really meant anything by it. You know, it was in fun, and not sure what Will was going through. I was kind of surprised because you know, normally Will is one of the nicest guys, you know, you ever wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked about that. I lost a lot of respect for Will Smith. I thought
Yeah,
that was a weak move on his part. I mean, he
yeah,
slapped Chris Rock of all people. Chris
yes,
Rock, let that sink in, man. It's not like he slapped The Rock or somebody like that. He slapped Chris Rock in an arena where, of course, it wasn't going to get too ugly anyway with all those people. Somebody, security was going to step in at some point, right? But he doesn't slap the man who was sleeping with his wife. See, that's what gets me. And I'm thinking to myself today, and I put it on my Facebook. I said, damn, you can't even tell a joke in America nowadays. Y'all unhappy over there, man. I'm so glad I'm over here. Because y'all really unhappy over there. If, you know, a man tells a joke and then you get up and go all crazy like that. But that's just my take, man. What do you think about it, Mark? I know you saw it.
Yeah, I got a different take on the whole thing. I think that they were in a Academy Award type situation where there was a bunch of actors. I just think that was like a live skit situation. I don't think that those are real individuals. Like it was just like an act. You know what I mean? And even afterwards, when he apologized, you know, he had the fake tear thing going, but he kind of laughed a little bit about the whole thing, laughed it off and say, you know, I hope the Academy invites me back again. I just think that was like a live show. You know what I mean? Like spoofing the public maybe. But even like when he contacted, I mean, like if you go back and look at the skit, I didn't see any real contact. You know what I mean? If I full frontal smack somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna look a little different than that. But you know, I'm just some old fat guy sitting by the pool. What do I know?
Yeah, but I said the same thing. I talked to Derek Casanaras. He probably will be on here today. I said, man, Chris Rock didn't even budge. He didn't even back up. Like, yeah, I mean, he just slapped the hell out of him. He didn't even move not 1 inch. He would have had some type of reflex, you know, or something,
Right.
man. I'm like, well, damn. But
yeah, because
yeah.
I feel like if I slap you out of anger because you talk about my girl, I'm gonna smack you to the floor. You feel me? Like, I don't know. It just seemed fake to me. I mean, it's all Hollywood.
I was thinking the same thing, you know, because I'm still not convinced, but I'm like, well, damn, you know, they're putting it out there like it was real. The media is falling through like it's real, and it makes America look so stupid. With everything going on in the world right now. They got a war. There's a war going on in Ukraine, by the way, and all we're talking about is whether or not Will Smith slapped Chris Rock of all people. It wasn't like he slapped Dennis Rodman or somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's really kind of bad.
You know, it's also a distraction about the real reason Will Smith was there also. Because Will Smith was there to receive an award for Best Actor, man, portraying the role of a man through all obstacles, man, did what he had to do for his family, you know what I mean? And propel his daughters to a level of stardom that's unparalleled. And to use but all of that was taken away from by the antics of the slap, you feel me? So the real purpose of his arrival was kind of overshadowed by that folly.
Yeah, I want to talk about something else, man. I got some bad news today, man. Keith Martin, the singer, was found dead in his condo over here in Quezon City, man. I was shocked at that. 55-year-old. If you ever heard of Keith Martin, just Google him. He's got just a momentous hit over here in the Philippines. He made it in America, but of course it took on a new life in the Philippines. It's called Because of You. Every Filipina knows that song, and it's a big hit over here. And, you know, Filipinos, they'll hold on to a song forever. I mean, it's just one of them songs that'll never die over here. And he was working for EM Philippines over here developing Asian artists. And they found him dead in his condominium in Quezon City. And they said he had been dead for about a week. Some guy said, I'll do a video on it. I'll be damned. I'm not going to do a video on that. I don't know what he was doing. You know, they're doing an investigation. They'll come up with it. But, man, I was shocked. Have you ever heard of Keith Martin, Fred?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever heard that song, Because of You?
I've heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like it's super famous. He's super famous over here still, and hell, he made the song in 1995.
Wow. I probably heard it because my wife plays a lot of music, and
Yeah,
I hear songs, but a lot of times I don't know who the artist is. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard it. Well, I did hear it, but I'm not sure if that was him singing it or somebody
that's,
else.
he made the song in
Yeah.
1995. It's still a hit in the
Wow.
Philippines, Fred. That's why I like the Philippines.
Look, Calvin, remember when I told you when I went to the Philippines, disco had died in the States, but it was still
Yes,
alive in the Philippines at 4 or 5 years more. So,
well, that sounds like me,
man,
Fred.
man, you got to love it.
And
You
yeah,
got to love it.
I came over here and I was still alive.
You know, see, that's what I like about the Philippines, you know, and all that stuff. I mean, when you go there, you feel like you're in a different world altogether. Remember the last blog what I was saying? As soon as I get off the plane, I don't know about you, Mark, but I feel energetic. Like, I don't know, maybe like a superhero, you know, like you drawing your power, you know, from the Philippines, once you land.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a place of rejuvenation.
But that's a fact, man. I want to say that we had a nice lunch with Mark and his beautiful woman yesterday, and
Nice.
they came. I invited him over to the house, Fred. He had a drink in honor of John.
Yeah.
Moonshine Shoulders, and hell, he didn't have one drink. Hell, he took a big, he made a big deal out of this damn thing. I'm like, hold on, bro, you ain't on the corner.
Hey, I definitely took him to the shoulders.
But nah, you know I don't care, man. Yeah, but we had a nice time, man. And I hope y'all can go to the mountains with us today, because it's gonna be nice, man. I'm gonna show you. You get a chance to take some real good pictures for your tour, you know, to take back with you, man. Because we going to, it's called Mile View. You're like a mile up in the air, man, and you can see all over, man. But yeah, they keep a song alive over here forever, man.
Yep.
He said, Keith, rest in peace. They playing it all over McCarty on the radio. Yeah. He's got another song that I like. I Never Found Someone Like You. That's how it's on the same album, by the way. It's a great album. You know, it's a classic album now. But yeah, 1995, Fred, they still rolling with it over here. But the exchange rate is still 52, man. It's hanging up there above 52. If you over here now on vacation or you living, man, you better be exchanging some money, I would say. And I'm a type of guy, man. I'm not afraid to admit I was wrong. Now that the exchange rate is so high, one of my subscribers, Franz, he came over and he exchanged some money at the airport. I still say do that, but not so much, because he said they only gave him 48 free, and that's never happened to me before. They really putting the scam on them. That's a 4 peso difference. So
yeah, I paid 47 at the airport.
Oh wow. You know.
Yeah,
that's what they. Yeah.
I would do
Mark,
like
where was that at, Mark? Did you fly into Manila or you flew right into Cebu?
This was into Cebu. This was
okay.
I actually came with money from my last time in the Philippines. Yeah. And then what I do is I got a Bank of America, so I buy my money while I'm in America. But when I was coming back from Palawan or going to Palawan, I decided to get some money at the airport. Okay. So I was so it was in Mactan International.
See, when I came here, man, I was speaking on my experience. It wasn't that big of a difference because, okay, the M Lawyer here, if I go right around the corner to M Lawyer, it's like a 0.4, not even a half a peso difference. But evidently the M Lawyer at the airport, man, they busting heads, man. Like, 48, that's crazy, Fred. I'd give them $100 and keep going, man.
Because normally when
Hey,
I
and
come in, if I don't have any pesos, because usually any leftover money we got, we always bring it back, of course. But if I do go and I don't have enough pesos, I might change about $100 at the airport because that's all I need anyway to
Yeah,
get to where I need to go.
yeah, you need
yeah, that's
at
it's a
least
smart
that.
thing to keep the money
Yeah.
because the
And then go to
buyback
the bank.
is. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, then go to the bank or to the exchange inside of the mall. Be careful when you go to these exchanges on the outside, guys. You know, I can't stress that enough. They got a lot of games they playing over here on us. They got this sleight of hand thing where they counting your money out, Fred. Instead of you getting five, it looks like 5,000, but by the time you get to the taxi, it's 4,500 or something like that. Then they're giving away a lot of fake money, counterfeit money, and there's unlicensed exchange merchants over here that you have to be careful for. But remember, guys, they don't take dollars here. If you get in a taxi, they're not going to take $1. If you go to Jollibee, you can't pay in the dollar. So you have to have some pesos when you leave the airport.
There's one place in Angeles City that's been there for over 20-something years. It's called Norma's. And Norma usually have the biggest peso amount, you know, when you change your dollars for pesos. That's the one I always go to. There's another one, but Norma's is usually my favorite one to go to because I know they're reputable. They've been there forever, you know, and they're going to make sure, you know. And plus, there's a security guard that's there also. So what I do anytime I get money, I count it before I leave. You know, they'll give you your receipt, and I count it, make sure it's the correct amount of money that they're giving me. But I never had a problem with them, you know, all the years I've been going there.
Yeah. I talked to Franz today. He says he's got a cold. He's had a cold for the last 2 days. And what I wanted to remind you guys coming over in the Philippines is don't forget to follow the COVID protocol over here. I know it's lenient in a lot of other countries, so you come here and you bring that habit along with you. But, man, wear that mask when you're out in public, social distance, you know, wash your hands, you know, and make sure that the women you're dealing with, the people you're going around, are vaccinated, man. You don't want to get sick over here, man. This is a place you do not want to get sick. And, I mean, not because you got COVID insurance, you're going to handle it, but who wants to be sick on their vacation, Fred? So
Nobody.
be careful,
Bye-bye.
guys. You know, I don't care how you feel about the vaccination and unvaxxed debate. You don't want to be sick over here. So, you know, follow the protocol. And I wouldn't fool with a woman, man, if she wasn't vaccinated. I told my girlfriend when I got vaccinated, you either going to get vaccinated, I'm not going to sleep in the same bed. She's standing right here and she'll tell you. And she went and got vaccinated, man. I don't play that stuff.
So, guys, Calvin, what you're saying, in other words, when a guy comes over to meet his girlfriend, make sure she's got that vaccine card at the airport.
Yeah, I would.
Like,
I would, man.
I make a little joke out of it, but I believe you. I'm serious. You know, I would be. If I was a single guy coming over and meeting somebody for the first time, that's something definitely I would like to see. You know, make sure to get the vaccine and everything else. At my age, man, I can't afford to be coming down with something. You know.
Yeah, another big thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Another thing here too, since we're talking about the vaccination, is the hepatitis vaccinations. Like there's a large population of hepatitis here too. And a lot of the OFWs, they get a tri shot. It's 3 shots for I think I want to say it's hepatitis. I don't know which one. I don't want to misquote which one it is, but that's another thing if you know to be careful for in the Philippines too. They got a high hepatitis rate.
Well, look, here they go again. We're not gonna make this an argument, man. If you want to come over here and get sick, it doesn't mean that you can't get sick because the girl's vaccinated. But at least it's going to keep you safe. You know, I would rather be with a girl that has been vaccinated and than one that's not. So if you don't, it's up to you, you know, but we're not going to get into this debate, guys, you know, who's smarter than the vlogger type of stuff. Okay.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, man. Come on with all that, man. You guys just want to be so smart. We can't even tell a joke in America anymore. So I surely don't want to get into an argument over that. They probably
Nah.
shoot you, Fred, for the slightest thing over that.
But look, the way I look at it is, if you want to be vaccinated, that's your choice, okay?
Right.
But if you're vaccinated, don't bother to come over to visit me because I'm not going to let you in. I'm just being honest. So I've said enough about that. I mean,
Yeah.
we keep talking about vaccination, man. The whole show is going to be around vaccinations, who's
That's
right, who's
That's
wrong,
right.
and everything else. It's your own individual choice. Do what you feel good about doing. That's all I got to say.
But they're not even going to let them over here in the Philippines if you're not vaccinated. So
That's
it
true.
doesn't matter how you feel about it. If you want to come to the Philippines, you got to be vaccinated.
True.
She said stay away from STDs. Well, that's a good thing, Mika, but women aren't wearing flashing red lights on their head saying that, hey, I'm infected. See, this is another thing we won't do. We won't take 5 minutes, literally, and go to the doctor and with our woman to see if everything's a go. We're literally putting our lives in their hands. Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
For lack of a better term, yeah. But we don't take 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
crazy too, because we fly 18, 25 hours to get here and won't take 5 minutes for our own safety.
we won't do it, man. That's a great analogy. But let's get to the subject now. I'm talking to my 93%. It's 93% now, Fred, male viewership. We know why you come over here, guys. There's no sense in fooling yourself. Okay. 100% of you are either involved with a woman or you coming over here to meet a woman, and 95% of you met them online. We want to know, and because we've got a man here who's got 33 years experience of being married to a Filipino. Why do we come so far, Fred, to date and marry Filipinas? I want to hear from you because you got 33 years. I've only got 13.
Before I went overseas, for the first time and everything else, believe it or not, dating in the States was very hard. I'm talking about the time when I grew up. I mean, you had to have a car, you had to have money. It was all materialistic, And then I put up with it because I wasn't used to anything else, But when I went overseas the first time, because I was actually in Thailand, that was my first overseas assignment. And I saw that the way that I was treated versus the way I was treated in the States, that was it for me. When I finally got to the Philippines, I was trying to get there for years. So I got there finally in 1976. And good thing about what happened when I got there was that some older guys who took me up under their wing. And they showed me the ropes, because seriously, when you get there, you can go crazy because, anything you see, you want it, if you know what I mean, So when I got there, I was there for a lot of years, Kelvin. I was overseas the third time from 76. I didn't leave till 1989 when I came back to the state. So that was all those years I was there. And most of your folks know I was married before. My previous wife was Filipino too. Man, what a disaster. My biggest thing was I really didn't take the time to really know her. All I looked at was, well, she didn't work in the club. She's got to be a good woman and everything else. Man, let me tell you, it was like Nightmare on Elm Street. Got me in so much trouble, cost me a promotion because of all the stuff that she was doing. So, we finally separated because we were together about 8 years, separated. She went to States. I stayed there in the Philippines, and we got a divorce. And I told myself, I'm never getting married again. That's it. I'm just going to get over here, have me a good time. The whole time I was there, Calvin, I didn't have any living girlfriends. I didn't want that. To me, that was the same as being married. Even when I was single before I got married for the first time. So same thing, I had a good time dating, enjoying myself and everything else, and never thought seriously about getting married again. And I used to ride a motorcycle. So I got a bigger bike. I walked in this office and there was my future wife sitting right there. Man, hit me like a ton of bricks,
Yeah.
So initially, she didn't want nothing to do with me because her father used to work on the base, and he was telling all kind of stuff how Americans are. You chase girls. You might get them pregnant. You're not serious about anything. You know, but when I first finally met her family, her dad didn't care for me at all. I'll be honest with you. Okay, he did not like me at all. But by that time, me and Lane already had gotten married. And he didn't talk to her for a good while. When he finally came around, it was just before we left the Philippines to go into the States. And by me having a bad marriage before, I got to admit, guys, I did give my wife a hard time at first, man. But she hung in there. Yeah, I really have to give her credit for that. And then I started realizing, I really got somebody that really cares for me. She's not looking at that visa to get to the States or that green card, or once we got to the States that she'll leave me because I didn't have nothing. Because whether you guys realize it or not, my ex, she went to California, got a divorce. I never went there, but with the alimony, the child support stuff they was charging me, man, I was in bad shape. Yeah. And be honest with you, man, I had to wind up filing bankruptcy because I couldn't afford my bills because all the money I was paying toward alimony and child support. Lynn hung in there. I got to be honest with you. Lynn hung in there. Didn't dump me for somebody else that she might have met and everything else. And that's when I started realizing, I got myself a good lady, she's here for me. She's not here because she's going to get green card. She can make all kind of money and everything else. She's not like that. And so, like I said, here we are 33 years later. I'm happy. She still cares about me, man. She's still concerned about me. Okay. Well, you can't ask for it. You can't ask for any more than that. Our plan is we are going to move back to the Philippines, but her goal was she always wanted to be with me no matter where I went. And a lot of times you don't see that in marriages. You want to go back to the Philippines, the wife don't want to go. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Road to the Philippines. Thanks, Danny, for that super chat. He says, hey, Calvin and the panel, I'll be jumping the pond to see my Filipina in 7 weeks from tomorrow. This May will be 2.5 years since I last saw her. When I said goodbye at the airport, I told her, see you in 6 months. Wow. Yeah, I have to say wow, Danny, to that. Man, I can imagine what your engine's going to be like when you get over here. But I'm happy for you, man, because like I said on my last live stream that I had,
yep,
I can feel for the guys who've been over here and then who went home, got locked out, and couldn't come back. That's like Danny. Because I know how it is, man. When I went down to Zamboanga, believe it or not, I was only there for a few days, man. Hell, I missed Maryland, and I told her, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not whipped or nothing, but you just get used to certain things. And when you can't have them, man, I tell you, and then to be locked out for 2.5 years, that's crazy. But what do you like about Filipinas, Mark? Let me hear something from you because you said something so profound last night. You said, Calvin, man, I was married for 32 years in America to the same woman. It's not like I'm a player. I got a lot of experience with women. You were married. You were faithful for 32 years. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, I met my wife when I was 17, and we got 2 kids. I wasn't a perfect man, but we made our marriage work until she passed away in 2019.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
It's no problem, man. We had a nice long walk. It was,
yeah,
what it was. But afterwards, I had started coming to the Philippines for these cancer fighting potions from my wife when she was fighting cancer. And I kind of like just fell in love with it. I ended up getting a rejuvenation from the whole process. So once my wife passed, I was interested in Filipinas. And like I shared to Calvin, I said, I was married for 32 years and I know that my wife loved me. But I've had experiences with a Filipina that in my 32 years of marriage to an American woman, I just never experienced. You know what I mean? The intention that they have to please me, my girl, and the things that she'll do to show that. And it'd be simple things, that like in a million years, I never even dreamed of a woman would do for a man just to pamper him, to make him feel special. And I know it never entered the wife. It never entered into my wife's mind. You know what I mean? Like I never even thought to even ask for some of these little nuances that they bring. You know what I mean? It's just I really don't have the words to like explain it specifically.
Yeah.
But it's just an attentiveness that they have, and a level of bonding that to me is just amazing.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, man. Because last night you said, yeah, I was married for 32 years. I knew my wife loved me, but hell, she would never in a million years think of doing some of the things my girl that I just met is doing. And I was telling you the same thing. I said, I really can't put into words why these women are so special. You really just have to come over here because I just give you my experience. Guys want to argue with my story. Guys, look, you can't argue with my story. My vlogs are centered around my life. I don't make this stuff up, but they'll argue. They say, oh, y'all don't like the way you advertise Filipinas. I don't know what they're talking about. These are these holy rollers. These are these fake guys, man, that they come over here. Everybody knows why they're here, Fred.
Sure.
But they want to I call them skyliners. They come over here to see the Manila skyline. They try to convince we know why they're over here, okay? But they want to make you out to be the bad guy. Like, see, what I like about the Philippines is a man can be a man over here. All right?
Say that.
They're over there in America, man. They penalizing you for being a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting, Mark, that you made. Let me get Julian Brown. Thank you, brother, for that super chat. He said showing support, but you're right. The depth that women go to over here to please you, man, you can't even compare it to America. And you said something else last night. You said, I told my girlfriend she doesn't realize, now this is your word, how much pussy I flew past to get here. See, but I told you, I said, well, yeah, but once you get here, man, isn't it worth it? It's worth flying over all those other places.
Oh yeah. This is one of I've been all over the world, and this is one of the last places that a man is truly appreciated for his manhood. Not because he make a lot of money or not for this or that they like seeing men be men, and they're gonna play the role of a woman. You know what I mean? It ain't no competition in the relationship. She's gonna accept the role of like it's just amazing. It doesn't matter how much money she makes, what her education level is, or none of those things that seem to be obstacles, like particularly in America. You know what I mean? It's like all of that. It's like they still have the family unit functioning in a way that really attracted me. Like one of the first thing that I noticed when I came to the Philippines is the sense of family. Like in the Philippines, family is everything. And they have a statement. They say love is family, is what they say. And that's real. And I come from a big family, man. You know what I mean? I got like 100 first cousins. But the love is lacking to the, but to see it here and even in the midst of the poverty, to see such camaraderie, so much togetherness and so much love for the family unit, it really inspired me. Look, I want to be an honorary Filipino. I want somebody to accept me into their family to get that feeling, man.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last night when you get guys on here to say, oh, I'm not going to help her family. Well, they're going to get help whether you do it or not. She's going to help.
Oh, yeah, she's going to break bread.
And I would rather her do it with my knowledge than to go behind my back and do it. See, once they start going behind your back, man, you can forget it. Hey, how you doing? That's it. That's
yeah. That's your buddy.
Is that Mo?
Huh?
Oh, you dirty puppy.
Yes. No, that's you, dirty puppy.
Oh, okay. Wow, we got a couple of guys over there now. Yeah. But
we multiplied over here.
Yeah, I was with him on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Iskandari TV, thanks for the super chat. Said, morning, guys. Cal, I got my 13A visa now. I'll also be in Manila tomorrow until the 1st of April for those needing a haircut. I will be at Prince Plaza 2 Candotel. Okay, everybody. If you need a haircut, here's the information right here if you're in Manila, because you don't want to end up like me over here, Fred. You know, that's just the bottom line, man. I wish I'd have known Iskandari TV 2 years ago. Hell, I'd still have a nice fade.
You know what Mark was saying, about the Philippine family and all that. My wife's family. I mean, from the first time I met them, her sisters, her brothers, and everything else, they welcome me with open arms. And even when I go over there now, they're always happy to see me. We go out, we do stuff together, and my family is there. I got to be honest with you; they're my family. One of my nieces, she's my goddaughter. She stays in contact with me. She's my favorite niece, one of my favorite nieces and all that. She's a school teacher over there. The family is doing very well for themselves, But
Yeah.
The point is they make me feel good because they made me part of their family. If my wife do anything bad to me, they probably disown her.
Yeah, I was telling Mark that, you see how I still go up in those mountains. They still accept me no matter what
Yeah.
My ex says about me. They've accepted me into the family. Now, do they embrace me? No, because I really can't speak the language. But I know that they're not going to do anything to me. They're not going to harm me or anything like that. But you're right, man. This family is thick over here, but the Filipinas specifically.
Yeah.
Why we love her so much, man, is because we're so tired of the treatment that we receive in our home countries. When we come over here, man, they treat us special. They treat you special. That's the only way I can put it. Let me get this. David S., thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, is there any hope for the American woman? I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but it's becoming nearly impossible to find a wife. Well, if you saw that Chris Rock situation last night, I'd say it's no hope because the woman spread that on. Look at it. Will Smith was laughing at the damn joke. But then
he was.
Wife, and she's not laughing. Oh, okay, I gotta, I'm a simp, by the way. I better stand up for my woman. So no, there's no hope over there. It's too much drama. I don't want
and look
of it. It's too much
look
drama.
what Will Smith represent too. He's like one of the sexiest men in the world. You know what I mean? He's rich, he's famous, he got money, and he got to be a sucker for the, he got to be castrated.
Yeah, he got
to keep a woman.
Put that up there like that, man. He really made himself look bad, and that's the.
He made us all look bad.
Hey, W Secrets and to Success blog. Thanks for the super chat. He says, Sir Calvin, here's a small token, and please slap the hell out of any trolls.
Yeah.
Man, these aren't trolls, guys. These have become stalkers. They're stalkers, man. They're worse than a scorned woman over here, Fred.
It's really pathetic when somebody don't have a life of their own and they're going to envy somebody else that's doing good for themselves. I like your story, Kelvin. Where you came from, where you were at, and how you raised yourself up to be where you're at now. Because somebody gave you a helping hand, and people are jealous of that. I mean, you got a blog that's very successful. More and more people are listening to what you got to say, and you always have some interesting guests. I get to meet new people. I get to meet Mark. When I get over there and all that. But the thing is, heck with them is the way I look at it. I'm paying my mind.
Yeah, I ignore it.
Yeah.
But, this person got slick and went on Facebook and contacted my friends and family with that foolishness. That's stalking. And I would never
it is.
Somebody. I mean, it's not that important, Fred. It's not.
No.
Yeah,
but here's somebody.
Exactly what all three of us are doing.
Yeah.
But they're afraid to, I guess. Hey, Big Hamza 22, thanks for the super chat. He said, good evening from New York City. I'm going crazy on Filipino Cupid. These women are really looking for some foreign brothers. I'll be there in September, God willing. Be careful. Be careful, man. That's why I was like that too. I was like, man, I was telling all my friends, and these women, they so because this is before I knew anything about the Holy Trilogy, Mark. The New Life and the Lifetime of Opportunity. See, and I was like, man, y'all should go to these Filipino websites. They really like you, and not realizing they were reeling me in, Fred.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. Come on here. You got that net for you. Come on over here.
Yeah. But I wish him luck, man, because if you find a good Filipino, and I made a video about this a long time ago, there's no upgrade, man, from a good woman over here. You know, she may have a different face and a different body, but if you got a good woman over here, it's about as good as it gets, in my opinion. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how it is. I'm telling you from my experience, man, I probably should have stayed with my first girlfriend, but I didn't know any better, Fred. I thought, you know, in America, we always trade and stuff in. That's what you were talking about last part. They got us trained to do that. You get an iPhone 11, hell, 3 months later, they trying to get you to trade in for the iPhone 12. So I'm thinking, hell, if I got this fine right here, what can I get on down the line? Wrong, you know. But yeah, I love it over here, and there's no better place. There's no place I'd rather be, Fred. It's just that simple.
What does that mean? No man of color hit me on dating site.
Yeah, she said no man of color ever hit on her in the dating site. Yeah.
Bunch of Europeans at her.
Well, I'm going to tell you what some of the problems is. I've been talking with you guys. Sometimes I go out, check things out. So when you look at what a girl is looking for, she'll have Caucasian. You'll see a lot of that, you know. So if she's got that on her site, that's probably an indicator that she doesn't want to talk to men of color. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though, see?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a preference.
Yeah.
It's just like me. I prefer Filipino women right now. And, you know, I got black women and I got black men to get mad at me for that. And I'm saying that's really what makes the world go around. We're not the same age. We're not the same color. We don't like the same things. I love the diversity, really, of the world. See, I'm glad we're not all the same. You know, that's why I'm not jealous of younger guys or older guys. You know, however old you were, if you're younger than me, I was that age before.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I'm fortunate, hell, I get to be your age one day, Fred. If I'm fortunate.
Well, I think you will be. You know, like, look, Calvin, you met yourself a good lady. And, you know, I can tell, you know, she's got your back 120, 30, 50%, you know, and all that. And I know you got her back because, you know, I can see in your blogs, when she's there with Booby, with your family. You got the life, man. You're enjoying it. And that's what a lot of guys want. I got two friends right now. One of them is in too much of a hurry. In fact, they both are. Oh, I want a Filipino woman. I don't want to get married. But you guys are back there in the States. You know, I mean, you're 1,000 miles away. You got all these girls hitting you up. One of the guys hit on the girl that said she didn't have any kids and everything else, but he didn't do his homework. So he told me what the girl's name was. I had to go to Facebook, and there with her page, with her kids and everything else.
Boyfriend, and everything.
Well, I didn't see a boyfriend, but I saw her 2 kids, you know, and she said that those were 2 kids, but, you know, he's believing everything that somebody tells him on Facebook, okay? And I try to tell him, you know, have more than what you're talking to. I mean, take your time. But I still say, Calvin, come there for 2 weeks, unless you're lucky, you might not find the right one. Even when you go to these dating sites, it's a chance that you take. The woman's taking a chance on you. You're taking a chance on the woman.
Yeah. Calvin said something in some of your earlier videos. You talked about how that don't come to the Philippines for the woman, come to the Philippines for the Philippines.
Yeah.
Like I love the Philippines. You know what I mean? I like the culture. I like the food. I like the weather. You know what I mean? I like the way that I can walk around as a man. And if something go down, I'm not a suspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much about the Philippines that you could fall in love with, that the women is just like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? And because anybody can put on a stage put on a front online, or even you come 2 weeks and they can seem magnificent, but that shouldn't be what draws you to the Philippines. Like, well, at least it wasn't for me. I told Calvin last night, the first time I left the Philippines, I cried. It was because I had to leave the Philippines, though.
Yeah.
And go back to America, go back to the drama, to the rat race. I had got a taste of something that I thought was like a myth. You know what I mean? That I thought I would never be able to experience in the skin that I'm in and the culture that I come from. It's like so now I'm to the point that I'm like addicted to the Eastern or the Southeastern mindset, to where I'm not even attracted to the American idea, not just the women, but the whole concept of slaving every day. And me and Cal was talking yesterday, they don't run credit like that. So it's like, you don't need as much money as you think you need if you don't have the bills, if you're not trying to chase the new car or the bigger house. And, you can just learn how to be content and eat good food and vegetables and be around people where the smiles and the laughter is genuine. I love the Philippines.
Well, we talked about the freedom. Okay. He said something yesterday. He said, if you're 9 years old, you can go to the sorry store and buy a pack of cigarettes if you want to and smoke them and nobody's going to bother you. Or you can buy a beer. And I said, yeah, well, see, that's the type of freedom that I enjoy in the Philippines. Nobody bothers me. Yep. I'm not the prime suspect if something goes wrong. I'm just free to be who I am. I've never experienced that type of freedom as a man. As a child, I did. But as a man, no, not in America. But that's what I fell in love with, man. Imagine the police, really serving and protecting you.
Say that.
Me, of all people. People call me, they don't call me Calvin. They call me Sir Calvin.
Yeah.
Over here. The respect.
Yeah. There you go. You're right.
I was telling Mark last night, I said, look around here, man. Look at the life I'm living. Why in the world would I want to go back over there to be mistreated? It don't make sense to me. That's why I'm never going back. Not for good. I'll go back to, to visit my kids and, see some of my family. But for me to leave here and go back to America, man, you might as well lock me up in an insane asylum, man. I'd be crazy, man, to be honest with you.
Remember I told you, Calvin, when I left the States, after I got back, I was there for about 3 years. I left the States in 92, moved here to Guam, have no intentions of going back to the States. And you already know my backstory. I don't need to go into that again, but yeah. I like being overseas. And what's nice about being here on Guam, Philippines is only a short flight. I'm only 3 hours and something away, and I'm there.
I can't even go in the kitchen over here, Fred. There's a
Say that.
Fine line
yeah.
that I better not cross over here. Even though I know how to wash clothes, I know how to cook, I know how to clean my own house. I was 32 when I had my first daughter. Mm-hmm. I was a bachelor for many years, but over here, there's a clear, defined line.
You're right.
They let me be a man. They said, look, you do what the man is supposed to do. There's no a fuzzy line that, like it is over in America.
Right. See? And no matter her status, she's going to do that. Your woman could work high levels of government. But the moment you slip your drawers off, she going to grab him and wash him. You know what I'm saying? She going to cook you something to eat. She's not going to be thinking, oh, well, I spoke to the president today. What has he done for me lately? I need to come home to some dinner. And she's going to still be the woman when she gets home.
Mark, I'm retired now. And although I'm retired, Lynn is still in the workforce. She's still got another 2-3 years before she can retire. But even when she comes home, man, when she prepares dinner, she still prepares dinner and put it on the table. I can do it, but something she likes to do. And so what I do a lot of times, I may just go out and buy lunch, surprise her with that, or she come home, take out the dinner, And, even when it comes to our clothes, I don't wash clothes here, period. She don't want me touching the clothes. So I leave them alone.
Amen. Say that.
She washes them, and, we'd be sitting there watching you on TV, as a matter of fact, Calvin, when you got one of your blogs on, and she folding clothes. And we're talking, we're talking about what you are saying, and we'd be laughing. I look at my wife. She'll give me that nod. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Tell them what you told me, and I was shocked. His wife is the one that introduced him to my blog.
That's true. That's true. I'm not making that up. Okay. She said, there's a brother, up in San Carlos that has a blog. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When I was going on YouTube, because I like to look at recreation vehicles and some of the other people traveling, some of the different places they go. So I was telling my wife, I said, I never see any Black people blogging about luxury buses or any of that stuff. Okay. It's always somebody, Caucasian or somebody talking about stuff I really don't want to do anyway. But where are all the Black people that do this stuff? She said, well, they got this brother, San Carlos. He's Black. So that's when I tuned into you for the first time. I forgot how long it took me to finally get in contact with you. I think I watched a couple of your blogs, before we finally hooked up. I haven't met Calvin in person yet, but believe it or not, we actually become good friends. Although it's a short distance, so he's my hero over there. So
yeah, absolutely. Derek Casanavas, I told y'all he was going to be on here. He said, thanks for the super chat. He said, come to the Philippines for the infrastructure. Well, we're not going to get into that argument, man. He's one of them high value guys. He's about 34, got the great job and flies first class everywhere. Well, I didn't come over here for that, Fred. And I don't think it would, even if somebody would have told me, hey, man, the infrastructure's messed up over there in the Philippines, I'd have came anyway, because I didn't come for the infrastructure.
Calvin, when I got there, the infrastructure wasn't where it's at now, but I still enjoyed it. I lived off base. I didn't live in base housing. I lived off base in the community.
Yeah, I don't get that, though. Now, is the logistics bad over here? Yeah. Like Mark can tell you, just coming from, he's 2 islands away from here. Hell, he traveled all day, didn't he?
Yeah, it took, I left at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got here at like 3:30 in the afternoon.
And you was beat. I could see it.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mark, how did you go? By bus, boat, or how did you get there?
I started in Ormoc City. Well, actually, I started in Villalba, Leyte. Yeah. And so I took a bus the night before to Ormoc City. Then I got up at 5 a.m. To get to the ferry and took a super cat to Cebu City. Then I had to catch a bus or a taxi to the south bus terminal, where I got on a bus that took 3.5 hours to get me to another pier, where I got on another ferry and rode for 1.5 hours to get to San Carlos. But it's a beautiful place. It was worth it. It was, and so my girl doesn't like air conditioner, so we on a non-air conditioned bus, and so it rained. It rained all the way, and so those buses they got no windows. So I'm cranky, you know what I'm saying? But that's the one aspect of the Philippines. Like it'll develop your patience, and you got to really have patience dealing with people. And although they may drive reckless to get to work, once they get to work, though, they're not really moving. They're not gonna go. They're not gonna hop to it and hightail it for you. So you just got to wait it. It was like we were waiting to pay the port fee, and I'm thinking, oh man, this ferry's gonna leave any moment now. And he knew what time it was. He didn't move no faster than he normally would. It seemed like he was actually going slower. But
you're going to see a Filipino in a hurry is going to work and coming home.
Yep.
Everything else, it's almost, it would drive you crazy. You'd be like, man, they'll still be selling tickets to the ocean jet, Fred. We supposed to took off at 1 o'clock. They still selling tickets.
Yeah.
If you got to be on time, you're not going to be on time over here.
Right. But that's a beautiful thing about the Philippines is because you're not bound by time. You're not like in this rat race. Like, I really don't know what day it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because there's nothing pressing me. There's nothing pressing me where I have to be somewhere. Like in America, I'm a stickler about the time. I tell my girl, the one thing I don't like to be is late. I'm ex-military too. So, on time is late. Early is on time and late is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? So I live that rigidity, that rigid type lifestyle. And just to be in a situation where it doesn't matter what time it is, what day it is, to me, it seems like it almost makes it where I'm not aging. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm timeless when I'm in the Philippines. You know?
But see, I said the same thing, Mark, and people, you just bearing witness to what I said, man. How many times, just about every other day, I have to ask my girlfriend, what day is it? Because I don't know. It's like every day is running into each other. I'm an insurance agent, so I know about time and all that.
Right.
But when you come over here, it's like you don't have all those restraints. You
almost feel immortal.
I'm always checking my watch over there because I'm always going somewhere. Over here though, it's man, you made a perfect point right there, man. It's like I'm not Asian over here. It's like, who cares about time?
Right.
Over here. I don't.
And
Mo says,
another thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me read this real quick. He says, now Mo's here. He's in the same hotel as you, Mark, right now. He's going with us later in the mountains. He said the Filipinas special. Excellent personal hygiene, clean clothes, beautiful groomed hair, skin. When she doesn't have the resources, she still makes herself presentable, deserves respect and dignity. Now, see,
amen.
Coming from a man who was married over in America for almost 30 years, and this is his first time ever coming to the Philippines, and this is what he says about the Filipina. That's why I wanted to hear from other people, not just me, because they say, I overhype the Philippines. No, I don't. You don't have to hype this place up. It's going to hype itself.
Mo was correct. These are the cleanest people. Look, a Filipina is the cleanest. I mean, meticulous. I mean, nothing's out of place. They live in a hut with the dirt floor, and the floor is clean, like uniformly swept. Like I don't know what it is. They are. I mean, like I've never seen nothing like it, bro. I could talk for days, but it's not my show.
Yeah. Right. TJ is right. He said Sunshine shows. I'll never get hating on other dudes in the Philippines. Imagine working hard to go on vacation in Disneyland and spending the whole time mean mug and other park goers. Yeah, couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. These guys, they're not trolls. See, trolls are people who make bad comments on your blog. These guys are making whole videos about me, man. They're coming on my Facebook, stalking me. Don't you realize, friend, you're not going to believe this. You know how many times I've been reported to immigration over here by these sorry-ass American citizens? But the people don't even, I know because I've got people over here who tell me that's the important people. They don't even investigate it because they say, it's bullshit, man. They ain't got time. They got one thing I like about the Philippines. They're busy doing things that really matter. Putting food on the table, making sure, their family's taken care of. They ain't got to worry about, he's selling something on Facebook. Come on, guys. I'm selling something on YouTube, rather. Man, y'all are miserable, man. And I'm going to keep, if you want to piss somebody off, friend, be happy. That's how you piss people off.
And that's the problem. You're happy. You know what's kind of
right.
Well, you know what's kind of interesting, Calvin? Those same people that's putting those bad things out about you, I bet you most of the time, the ones that go look at the blog are curious if it's really true. Next thing you know, they're your fans on your page because they see it's not true. So in a way, it's kind of doing you a favor.
But they call me, here's the thing. When they slander you and libel you, I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
How can you fight a ghost? I can't do it.
No.
So they go out here and they throw all this stuff out there. They call me a scammer. Well, who am I? What am I scamming? What they don't want to do is give me credit for the almost 800 videos I've done. Over 6 million views I've got, Fred. This community that we built up around me.
Yeah.
And it's continuing to grow. But they want to say, I'm a scammer. and I'm like, I'm a kind man. Come on, guys.
What I see you doing is exposing the best kept secret of the European. Like the first time I came to the Philippines, I've been many places in the world and know a bunch of people. And I was like, man, how come nobody never told me that a place like this existed? As a black man, nobody ever told me. And so then once I went to the Philippines one time, as I move around and interact with my European friends and colleagues, and I started mentioning the Philippines, I was amazed at how many of them had actually been to the Philippines, but never told me. You know, like the Philippines is like their best kept secret, bro. And you bringing it to the light. I think a lot of that is why you getting a lot of the hate that you getting is that it's like man, you turning people on to like, man, to me it's like a fountain of youth, the Philippines, you know. It's like I found the elixir of life. You know, for me, you know, and you know, there was people all around me that had been drinking from the fountain, but they never shared it with me.
I wish I was the first one, man. But you know, we've been over here, man, for centuries, literally, at least since 1899, when the brother he defected from the U.S. Army and joined the Philippine Army and started fighting the Americans. And you know, it's just that it's just too far for a lot of people. And so I show up on the internet. You see me over here. I'm just a regular Joe. And they say, well, damn, look at the life he's living over there. You know, can you really live like that over here? And I told Mark this yesterday. I said, I'm glad you came here because you can see that it's real. Yeah. I'm not hyping nothing up, man. There's nothing fake about me. See?
You know what I like, Calvin? I like the lifestyle that you got. You showing how you could live in the Philippines. You don't need to be rich. Some of the blogs I just look at, somebody looking for a house, $300 or $400, $500 and all this stuff. Now, if I was coming to the Philippines to live for the first time, I ain't looking for no house that expensive. If I got a certain income, you know, to come over with. So that can discourage people from coming over. I forgot what you said about videos, a blog. You said something the other day. You got tired of, what was it? They don't tell you the whole story. Budgets. Yeah, budgets and all that. Okay, I was trying to think that. So what I like about your blog is you're down to earth and you're telling people like it is. And the problem is most people don't want to hear or they don't believe you. They think it's some kind of fantasy. I try to tell people my story when I was there over the years. They didn't believe me, man. They thought I was making all this stuff up.
Exactly.
You know? And you can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. Okay.
That's why I invite people to come over here. I want them to bear witness to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, he said, "Oh man, I had such a great time with you guys last night." I said, "Well, hell, that's the least I can do. You coming all the way over here from America to see me?
Yeah.
I wish that damn guest house was open." So of course I had to pull out the blanket.
San Miguel.
I had to pull out the blanket for him, Fred.
Yes.
That's the least we should do for each other over here.
Yeah.
See?
Amen.
I mean, really, guys. I wish somebody, imagine you go way over here and then there's a friendly face ready to welcome you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna show you around here. You know, over here. Tell them about the food at Mawani. Am I lying about that?"
Oh man, look, I came out of retirement. I ain't ate pork, man, in a decade at least. And last night I had some barbecue ribs. Hey, and I know some people gonna be disappointed in me, but the ribs was fire though. I tell you what, those ribs they was fire.
It was like you was eating at home.
It was world class cuisine.
It is, man.
It was world class.
When you and Lynn come here, I'm gonna take you guys there. The chicken is good. Everything on that menu. If you like spaghetti and meatballs, but believe it or not, these people
I love spaghetti and meatballs.
American style spaghetti and meatballs over here in the Philippines. And it's good.
Yeah.
As TJ, hell, he didn't stop eating. I couldn't talk to him, man.
And the prices was reasonable.
Brian, thanks for the super chat. He said, "Calvin, if you don't get haters, that means you're not doing the right thing." Hey, man, I have to agree with you. You know, but it gets tiring, man. You know, that's why I stopped fighting them because it was too tiring. It took too much of my energy. So somebody said, just ignore them. And I did that, man, and that helps. But these aren't trolls, guys. These are stalkers, man. I'm like, what kind of man would sit around and stalk another man? I should give him something to talk about, Fred. I should get on here naked and give him something. Talk about.
No, I think you're doing right by just giving haters room to hate. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they do.
Hey, Brasilero Shelton, thanks for that super chase. And what's up, Cali Cal and panel? And this is a guy, I'm trying to convince him, Mark, to come over here. He's a big Brazilian guy. He goes to Brazil and Colombia and all that. I said, man, look, just come over here. You don't have to retire here, guys. And that's for anybody watching this. Just come over here and visit the place. You don't have to live here. But hell, the world's 197 million square miles. See more of it, put some stamps on your damn passport.
There you go.
Brazil is nice too, South America. But like we talked last night about exchange rates and things like that. I've been a lot of places, but I've never been nowhere where the exchange rate is truer than the Philippines. That 50 to 1, you see that 50 to 1. You can build a house from the ground for $5,000 here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But look at
there's very few places in the world you can do that.
Look at all the food I bought for 4 people yesterday. It was less than $30, Fred.
Exactly. We ate and drank gourmet quality food in the best restaurant in the best hotel in town.
and
that's what I love. That's what I love when I come there. Good food, fresh food, not all this processed stuff.
Exactly.
You eat half the time. Food prices, because I can shop in the commissary on base. It's ridiculous, man. The way prices is going up. Before you could come out and have $100 worth of groceries, man. You could fill it. You could feed an army. Shoot, buy a few things, man. It's almost $100 already. I'll be looking at what did I buy? Nothing.
Right.
Yeah. We're getting new cabinets put in the house, right? And we've got this guy's the top of the line carpenter in this city, man. You know what his salary is? 500 pesos a day.
And $10 a day.
I didn't make the rules, okay? I'm not going to pay him 1,000 pesos a day. He probably should be getting, if he was in America, he'd be getting 1,000 pesos per hour. Okay, but that just shows you Mark is correct about the exchange rate being true over here.
Yeah.
It's really, you really get more bang for your buck here. That's why I tell guys, come on over here. He saw my house. He came inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can't build anywhere near that for $20,000. Come on, man.
Oh no, man! There's been 5 to 10 times that in the United States.
That's materials and labor. My God, that's crazy, man.
Well, like here on Guam, for instance, if you want to get something done, the going rate per hour to have a contractor or somebody come and do work for you is $150. Okay.
Wow. An hour?
Per hour.
Whee!
Oh, see, that's part of America, though.
Well, yeah, it is. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, the same money that I spent, because I put a carport up, to put our vehicles, because it'll hold 4 cars. I paid $15,000 for that. Okay.
Right.
Now imagine what I could do with that $15,000 there in the Philippines.
Yeah, you could have built a house with that.
Brasilero Shelton, thanks for that super chase. Cali, alone, partner. Yeah, but I love Brazil. But they don't treat you like the Filipina treats you. I love Brazil. They've got, in my opinion, some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Sure.
I've been to Rio de Janeiro. I've been to Cartagena, Colombia.
Right.
But they're beautiful. As beautiful as anybody on the planet, but man, are you going to get treated the way you get treated over here? I doubt it. Man, the Filipino takes it to a whole other level, man, over here. And I'm glad you guys are here to bear witness for me because I'm not going to hype this place up, man. What do I do that for? When people are coming over here every day, they could easily see if I'm lying or not.
Calvin, you remember when I told you? See, you guys travel more places than I did. Okay, and when I got to the Philippines, people say, why don't you go here? Why don't you go to Costa Rica? Why don't you go here? I found where I wanted to be. I said, I'm not going no place else. I'm staying right here. That's what I did. For you guys that want to go all those places, hey, have fun. Good luck to you. But I found my niche.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, Fred, don't break.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I came over here. This was my plan. when I got divorced, I got $20,000 out of the deal. That's what I walked away with, Mark. I said, well, hell, I think I'm going through a midlife crisis. I said, I'm going to travel around the world, see some places, because I was on that hamster wheel for years as an insurance agent. Only mistake I made, I came to the Philippines first. I haven't been anywhere else. I said, hey, why don't you go to? He said, you know, the food is good over Thailand. I said, well, I gotta take your word for it because I'm not stepping in Thailand. I'm okay over here.
I'm gonna tell you, Thailand can be kind of expensive to live. You know, I mean, their
be.
economy and everything, the way it is. Like I even have friends that lived in Korea. Korea is almost like living in the States. You know, with the income level and all that. Where I don't know, man. The Philippines is a good place to be. I mean, somebody said that you want to go over the world. You got a lot of beautiful women in the Philippines. You got all shapes, sizes, looks, mixed, whatever, color. Beautiful color and everything else. You can find it.
Yeah. You can find it. What gets me is I've got more money than bills, man. And, you know, I don't care how nice it is. If you can't give me that equation, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
that's right.
What's putting me down and keeping me up at night. I'm stressed out. Am I going to be able to pay this Robin Peter to pay Paul? I don't have to do that over here, man.
Nope.
See?
Yeah.
It's like I've been set free over here. And I'm like, well, why would I want to leave and go back to that just to prove to somebody that I can make it over there? Well, hell, I made it over there for 55 years. I don't got nothing else to prove, man, to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm happy as a lark over here, Fred. Like a kid in the
you can live on $1K a day. 1,000 pesos a day, you can live in the Philippines easily.
Well, you know, I mean, hey guys, I may not be there living there right now, but I got my Filipino lady, and I'm happy as a lark too, because I know we're going to be there. You know,
amen. But you got, you got one of the blessings of the Philippines with you.
Yep.
He said more money than bills. What's that like? Yeah, that's right. It's a shock. You realize how good it feels. You know, it's like getting the weight of the world lifted off your shoulders because that's all it's about over there, man. I've got a nephew on Facebook. Every single day, you know what his Facebook posts are? Him at work. And I'm like, man, don't you do anything but work? You know.
Man, barely breaking even.
You know, he works for Reynolds Aluminum. But I'm like, what kind of work is that? What kind of job is that? What kind of life is that?
Yeah.
I don't want it.
You know, another beautiful thing too is that if you have a heart to give, like I like to help and give people, make an impact in the lives of others, and you can make such a great impact with a little amount of money. I can do things in the Philippines that I could only imagine to do in the United States because of the social economic structure. You know what I mean? Like you can impact a whole village for $1,000. You can come in and give them new water systems or repair 5, 6, 7, 10 kubu houses. And you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just amazing what the power of the dollar in a country like this. It's just, I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Road to the Philippines. And guys, I always thanks for the super chat. I always plug his channel because this is a legitimate guy. He's genuine, he's sincere, and he's funny, man. I don't know how he came over here for 3 weeks, 2.5 years ago, and he made enough content for a whole year's worth of YouTube channel. I don't know how you in my Hall of Fame for doing that, Danny. I mean, really, think about that, Mark. Now you've been here almost a month now. That would be like making a video or something every damn day. I'm like, man, that's crazy. But he made a whole channel in 3 weeks. But he says a lot of great things that happened since I was there last. He said my Filipina and I built a house, started an internet shop business with several locations. Plus, we bought 2+ hectares of bananas. Wow. Damn, Calvin, I'm winning. It sounds like you are, man, but you one of those guys that I've talked about on my last vlog. The smart expat.
Yep.
Gets it all together. He sets the table before he ever gets here, Fred.
Amen.
Yep.
That's a good idea to do. Don't do it like me. I flew over here by the seat of my pants. I was making shit up as I went, Mark. You know, you don't want to do that. When it's
But
so
look where
bad.
you're at now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hell, you know, like I said, I'm the exception, though. It means the rule is correct, Fred.
Right, you're right.
You come over here like that, man, you're gonna go right back.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm developing a small farm. I got sheep and ducks, chickens, things like that. Building a kubu, got a little bit of land. And, you know, my plan is probably 2 years before I can actually live over here full time. But once I get over here, I'm going to have basically everything I need, self-sufficient.
Yeah, you know, and that's a great point to make. Hey, Brasilero Shelton, he said, thanks for the super chat. He says, hey, Sunshine Shoulders family, let's do a solid for our boy Cali Cal and hit the like button for him. Yeah. When you got guys like Fred on here, you got guys like Mark, they're able to articulate their experience over in the Philippines, man. Hell, that's worth a like, man, especially for people who've never been here before. You getting it straight from other people who've actually experienced it, not just me. And that's why I like to have the panel. I want to get other viewpoints, but man, these guys are like, I didn't pay y'all, did I?
No.
Oh, no.
Because they bearing witness, man, to every damn thing I'm saying. You know, it's like I found my little piece of heaven, and I'm gonna hold on to it for as long as I possibly can. That's just me, man. I don't have nothing to prove, man. TJ Johnson said, no Karen Darius. My stuff is too bad. TJ, you was eating that BQ over here from the Calvin Dario. He was. He said, cut your nephew and us work and steal some slack, Cal. We can't all live the dream tucked away in the mountains. I'm going to tell you. Well, you know, you on your way, TJ. You know you can quit in 2 years if you wanted to. But you still, you know, with all that Gucci stuff. And when he left here, man, this type guy TJ is. He flew to Milan, Italy, because he said I can get some stuff there cheaper than I can get in America. See, that's the type of life he living, Fred. I'm way, you know, I'm not even on that anymore. I'm a minimalist. I don't have a car over here. Hell, I thought he said coochie, because I don't know nothing about no coochie.
Hey, and I was thinking there's plenty of that right here.
Gucci, yeah, I can help him. Yeah.
Silly.
Your channel's pricey, Calvin. You have the best info for us. Thanks, my brother. Hey, thank you, man. But yeah, we like to have fun, man, because you know we can have fun over here. Hell, you can't even tell a joke in America anymore. You know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is what I saw. That's what I saw. I'm on the outside looking in. I see that you can't even tell a joke over there. We got so extreme over there. I don't want no parts of that anymore, guys. I mean that, man. I don't want any parts of that. I heard someone say, yeah.
Yes, you did.
Because TJ, he's talking about Gucci. I thought he said Gucci. I said, yeah, we can go around the corner and get some, TJ. He was like, he said, is it authentic? Is it authentic? I said, you damn right.
Hey, the wettest in the world.
I said, yes, authentic Gucci. He said, no, man, I said Gucci. Oh, okay.
Hey, since we own that, it's the wettest in the world.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, you see what you just started. Calvin, see what you started.
93% of my viewers are men. We can't fool ourselves, Fred. You know,
no, we can't.
I don't have any Skyliners on my channel. Everybody came over here. Ask Franz Prazio Jr. He says he can't get rid of them since he came over here. He said they made him move in already. And it's nothing to be ashamed about because everybody over here knows why you here. You just, you fooling yourself. Don't they, Fred? Don't they know why you here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know. Even the little kids know why you here, man.
What's up? Some people say, I'm coming there for the shopping. I like going to Starbucks. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Going for the beaches.
Yeah. They know what, the peaches, not the beaches.
Right. The juiciest of the juicy. Hey, Georgia ain't got nothing on the Philippines when it comes to the peaches.
Oh, man. I tell you what, man. I am living a dream, man.
You are.
But you got to think it up here first before you ever see it, Fred. I came over here in 2009. I promise you, man, the first night I landed, and I got in the taxi with the girl, and we riding to Moncton, because I didn't know at that time. I thought I was in Cebu. I'm in Moncton. And it's only like 1 o'clock in the morning, man. The streets was empty. It was like they were on a curfew. And just this calm came over me. And I filed it away in my mind. I said, I'm coming back here. This is where I'm going to live. I've been to some of the most remote places in the world, right here in the Philippines, man. If you're trying to run and hide from somewhere, you could come here. They would never find me. Some of you dope boys, look. Some of you dope boys that's watching this right now, circles in the neighborhood because they're gonna get you. Bring some of that money over here and hide out forever. They would never find you.
7,000 islands.
Yeah, they recently busted a guy. He was a fireman, by the way, in Louisville, Kentucky, Fred. He had $500,000 cash in his wall. And I'm like, and he's still going to work every day as a damn fireman. Knowing you masquerade as a drug dealer, he could have came over here and they would have never, ever found him. Because no one would have been looking for him over here. But yeah, guys, this is the place to be in 2022. If you want to get away from all that rat race, that hamster wheel, all that drama over there. I call it drama, Fred. It's stress and drama. Imagine that was an embarrassing situation for America on television the other night. The whole world's watching, by the way. And Will Smith goes over there and pulls that. It's okay for a man to screw your wife, but it's not okay for him to make a joke about her hair. Come on, guys. Something's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. And what it says particularly about us on the world stage is sad.
Yeah, sad, man. We really look stupid. Let me remind you, there's a war going on in Ukraine. And they want to Will Smith. He slaps Chris Rock of all people. Not The Rock, but Chris Rock. You know.
Because his girl is promiscuous. It was his girl, not Chris Rock.
Yeah, but I'm saying Chris Rock is not a tough guy.
No, he's not.
He's not a tough guy. He knew who he was slapping. Is the point I'm trying to make. Will Smith's not stupid, but I put a lot of respect for Will Smith after that, man. I'm like, come on, man. There ain't no reason for you. That wasn't even really a funny joke for real. It was okay, but it wasn't nothing for him to show his behind like that, like he's a tough guy. He says
the instability of the brother.
He said the no drug policy keeps the dope boys away. I'm not saying, I didn't say bring the drugs over here. I said bring your money over here.
Yeah.
Don't bring the drugs. No, you don't want to do that.
Not at all.
He said, I like American food. Well, there's plenty of American food over here. We ate American food yesterday. As a matter
without
of fact.
all the chemicals and preservatives, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he says they sure don't worry about petty stuff like that in Ukraine. That's right. We've become so petty over in America, man. It's ridiculous. And you can only say that when you're on the outside looking in, because I was a part of that for 55 years. Yeah. TJ Johnson said, LOL, drug dealers don't lose their drug dealer aesthetic, Calvin. They would have found him when they got to the only house in Iloilo with a Bugatti. Yeah.
Hey, he would be shocked to know that ain't the only Bugatti here.
Yeah, our gold plated bamboo hut.
Outside's very deceiving. You go on the inside, it's laid out.
Oh, but you know what? It's a lot of decadence here, though. It's a lot of big mansions with fancy concrete work, great masonry. I mean, people going all out. He showed us a mansion yesterday. It was like 1 block long.
He said slapping Chris was like slapping a clown. Yeah, no points for that, man. That's exactly what I'm saying, Skip. You don't get no points for that. I don't get that, why he did that. That's crazy. He said they could have talked that out backstage. Absolutely. It was so crazy that I'm like you, Mark. I thought it was fake until
it is fake.
Pushing it now, but that don't mean anything over there.
The news is fake too.
Yeah, the news is fake. I was watching something on CNN when I was down in Zamboanga. I had to turn it off. It was so bad. They're trying to convince me that I should fall in love with this Zelensky guy over in Ukraine, and it was such a sob story on CNN. And I'm like, well, hell, I don't even know the guy. It's commentary now. It's not news, guys. It's crazy, man. Now, if that's what's passing for news in America, man, y'all in trouble over there. Because we get real just about, I'm talking about, all of it's in cahoots. But over here, I was telling him, a friend of ours, he got run over by one of them big sugar trucks, right? And he laying out in the street, guts out and everything. They show everything over here, don't they, Fred?
They sure do. They don't pull anything.
Even that 2-man tandem.
Hey, Mark, that San Miguel must taste good there, brother.
Oh, man, wonderful. It almost seemed bottomless. But I think I reached the bottom.
Man,
how many sips does it take to get to the bottom of a San Miguel?
Well, I can tell that you're having a good time. I
man. Yeah, man. I'm living the dream too. This is like, man, my favorite place in the world.
Exactly. It will be your favorite place when you get over here, man. I've been to some places, man. I'm gonna tell you, but I guess because I arrived here at the stage in my life, I was old enough I could appreciate it, Fred.
Yeah.
I wasn't a young guy like when I was in Brazil and some of those other places, but yeah, you can appreciate what the Philippines has to offer over here. It doesn't have to change at all for me to enjoy it over here, man. You can't change the Philippines, but Philippines is gonna change you. I promise you, man. You get over here. He said, "Ain't no FCC over here, Cal." He says, "Am I still married?" Yeah, technically I am, but hell, she's doing the same thing. She's doing the same thing over there as I'm doing over here. But I guess maybe he's talking to her. He says, "Never been married. I'm engaged." Now, is this a woman or a man on here? I don't know. Mika Mia, are you a man or a woman?
Sometimes that can be tricky in the Philippines.
Well, one guy, when I did that vlog on Tinder, he said, "Be careful. There's a lot of lady boys on Tinder in the Philippines." He says, "It's not hard to hide 4 inches, Fred." That's his word.
Yeah. And they always talk about the poverty and everything. But the first time I came here, I was in Makati over by Borges, and you see a lot of lady boys. And I was like, well, if everybody's so broke, who buying all these titties?
Yeah.
But
they all got
dressed. But they all got double D cups. When I was there, a lot of them had darn good jobs. A lot of them were working.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were poor. And you go to a lot of businesses, you see a lot of them working there, doing hair or whatever they're doing is,
Yeah.
Well, if you have to convince us that you a she, then you probably not. I don't see a lot of women going around convincing men that they're women. What about you, Fred? You ever see that?
No.
You're a woman, you're a woman. Hell, you ain't got to convince nobody of that. He's getting reeled in. Yeah, he get over here and he have a 4-inch wiener hanging out the damn panty. I won't come 8,000 miles for that, Fred.
Mm-mm.
It happened over here to that Marine, and he went crazy. I wouldn't do what he did.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know, if
but
he wasn't doing nothing, there's no way I would have left that club until I knew
without filling up for props.
Yeah, that was a real woman. I don't care how drunk I am. You know, one of my subscribers, I ain't gonna say his name. He's over here now. He got drunk at the club and left with a lady boy. When they talked to him the next morning, they said, "Hey man, you know that was a man you was with last night." Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah,
well, you know, the thing is, it's okay to have a good time, but I don't know why you need to be in the club getting drunk in the first place and don't have your wits about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're out there on your own. You know, if you're not out there with your partner, somebody's got your back. Because I remember when we used to go out, you always used to be 2-3 of us hanging out together, making sure the other person was okay. Me, I don't drink, so I was always the designated driver, make sure everybody got home. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but some of them looking the part though, boy. You can almost get food, especially if you got a couple in you.
I don't care how drunk I am, man. I'm pulling the string. I got to check.
I know that's right.
Hey, Calvin, you know what to remind me of? I don't know if you ever saw that movie, Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember when he was talking to the one in the club. He told, "Hey, that's a man you talking to." And remember when he came across that woman that looked like a man, he reached down there to make sure it wasn't. It turned out it was really a woman, it wasn't a man.
Yeah, you got to put. Hey,
I did a video. It's called, "Lady Boys are nothing but men with long hair and booty shorts," because they can't fool me over here, man. They don't look good enough. It's not like the ones in Thailand. They can't fool me over here, man. I'm sorry.
The ones in Thailand can really fool you. But the thing is,
usually oversized too.
Well, the other thing is they try too hard to be a woman, and that gives them away. Also, in addition to that.
Now, and the average Filipino is so small that he just look oversized. Even if he cute, he like a big cute. You like, damn, you too big, dude.
But that's what happened. Okay, we riding from Toledo. We rode that same ferry from Toledo to San Carlos on Sunday. So I see these two Filipinos get on, man. They looking good. One of them's a real woman. I'm just, because I'm checking in my tickets. And come to find out, one of them was a lady boy. And when you get up close, you could see, but he had breasts. But everything else said, I'm a man. And I'm like, he's about 5'11", probably about 180. And I'm like, you're not fooling anybody.
Well, they got all kind of injections they can take too, that causes that.
He says, "Come on, guys, let's not be naive. What lady says I am not a she?" Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who has to convince when you're a woman? But we don't care. You welcome here, but don't try to fool nobody. You welcome, because my channel's all inclusive, but we don't care about your sexual preference and all that, because believe it or not, there's some guys on here who like that.
Hey, look, it's too many lady boys here for that not to be so.
That's true. That's true.
Somebody, they flying from all around the world to get them too.
Exactly. I knew one down in Zamboanga, but like I said, man, when you got all this, when they don't shave on a consistent basis, and you got Scrubble here. Scrubble. I mean, have you ever seen makeup that covers the stubble? Yeah, but see, I don't know. I can't get too drunk to pick up a man. I don't care, man. I used to be in some blackouts, Mark. But yeah,
You weren't going home with no men though.
because their hands are too damn big. The minute they grab me, they got them hard hands that they've been working at the damn factory all damn day. It's a damn man.
And probably your spider senses went off. Got the tingling.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ say don't pull the string, Calvin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the string. Well, you can spot them all the way, but it don't matter. If that's what people like, then let them have it. But I don't want a man. If I want a man, I'd marry a man. I don't want a man. I want a woman. Yeah, the big feet and this big Adam's apple and then big shoulders and stuff. You can't fool nobody over here, man. I'm sorry. You gotta get up early in the morning to fool me on that one, Fred.
This is funny.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, there's a reason we come over, man. The Filipinos special in my eyes, man. I mean, that's why I've stayed over here. I promise you guys, I didn't come over for a woman. I was trying to get away, but once I got here though, and I saw what was over here and how I was being treated, and the police wasn't following me all around. I go in the store, they don't have some secret shopper following me around. I said, man, I like this place. I can live here, man. And it just got better and better.
And you can live where you want to live.
People, they were telling me their experiences. I'm like, hell, I think I'm gonna live
there. As long as you can live wherever you want to live, and nobody cares.
Nobody really cares at the end of the day, Fred.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can live there. You can't live in this neighborhood because it's segregated. You got to be a particular color or live over here. And in the Philippines, you can live wherever you want to live. You want to live way out in the mountains somewhere, you can live there. Whatever makes you happy.
Fred,
yeah. That's what
knowledge. Because me and him, remember we was walking to get.
I was going to say that.
To catch the tricycle. What happened? What are we talking about?
We was talking about just that. We was looking at this guy's house, and it had to be 4 stories, and he had this open balcony that rolled out and had these giant, like Roman, like pillars. But right across from it was like a whole row of shacks. Like I'm looking literally shacks.
But
I wouldn't call them kuboos. They was like,
man. Besides, what are you going to do with a house that big anyway?
Yeah, but what we're saying is, Fred, it's the thinking over here is different.
Yeah,
you're not going to have that in America. They're not going to allow you. No housing association.
Right.
That's true.
Milk is going to allow you to build a shack across the street from those fancy homes. See,
that's true.
In the Philippines, they don't think like that. Your neighbor is not going to determine the value of your house. You determine the value of your house.
Say that.
It don't matter. See, that's why I like it over here. Yeah. The thinking is totally different. There's no way you're going to have a shack. They're going to tear those shacks down. First of all, it's not going to happen in America. But here, the rich and the poor live side by side.
Right, without conflict.
Without conflict. Sammy says, yes, you guys are right, but you need to be careful too. Find an honest partner. Too easy to hide everything. Me, I'm a proud lady boy. And see, that's why we respect you, Sammy.
Yeah.
Because you're not with them games. See, because those games
get you beat up.
It's not worth it. Yeah. He said, I need everyone that was just in Mika's DMs and the chat being parched to come clean. You thirsty goods were in our DMs and all sorts of X-rated stuff before you realized Mika was Melvin. Yeah. He says a mansion could be right next to a shack in the Philippines. Yeah, it's amazing to see. It's right here in my neighborhood. We were talking about it.
Yeah, because that was an awesome house.
Yeah, but he's going to get what he wants for that house. It doesn't matter that those other people are
right. It doesn't affect his property value.
You were being nice calling it a shack. Yeah, even if there's anything, is there anything less than a shack? No, Tammy, you know I respect you. I was raised like that. I don't care what your sexual preference is. It's none of my business because at the end of the day, you're a human being. When we think about homosexuals and gays, we only think about a small fraction of their lives because that's how crazy we are, especially in America. All we think about is them rolling around in the bed, two greasy men rolling around the bed. More to their life than that. They go to work and all of that too, Fred, right?
Yeah, you know, Calvin, when I got used to saying all that was when I was living overseas. You know, people were out in the open with it. There was ever no problem. And when I got used to it, I never thought nothing else about it. You know, somebody come up and tell you something, you know, okay. And
yeah, I mean, it's none of my business. I mean, why should I need to know anyway? That's why I don't get it over in America.
Right.
If you don't, I mean, okay, it's not like me. I can't go around and hide my blackness. But if you gay, you can hide that. Who needs to really know that you're gay? I don't understand that. What is that gonna? Now you're asking me to treat you different, I guess.
Right.
You understand?
It's like they obsessed. It's like they obsessed with their sexuality, and then they want to superimpose that obsession onto you.
And you see a lot of that going on now. You see all this going on now in the States now.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We get penalized for being a man over there. You know, if you look at a nice woman and you can't be a man. We're somehow they trying to make us into somebody else. Something, you know, I don't know. I can be a man over here and I like it. That's one of the reasons I like the Philippines, you know. And women like to be women and they don't think it's inferior. See?
Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah, they don't think
I love
that's
a sexy
inferior.
woman, right? She ain't trying to lift weights or take out, you know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to do what men do. She's trying to be a woman.
Texas has always said, I'm never going back to the States. Well, I'm right there with you, brother. I'm going to go back to visit my kids and grandkids, but that's about it. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience said, morning, Cal, just catching you live late, running around town doing errands with the wife. All right, brother, I hear you. Give us your 2 cents. You married to a Filipina. Why is she special? Okay, yeah, he's right. What did he say? Okay, he says like heterosexuals aren't sexuals too. Yeah, you getting too deep for me. That's deep right there, Fred.
I'm not even going to try to respond to it.
I know it. Yeah. Yeah, come on over here, man. He said, can't wait to be boots on the ground over here. We just giving you the truth, man. We're not going to tell you. I know you didn't come over here to look out for that damn Philippine eagle. You didn't come here 8,000 miles to go look for it. Did you, Mark?
No, man.
That's what they want. They're trying to convince you that they flew all this way, Fred, because they want to see that elusive.
They want to see that boho monkey.
Hey, I can work that on National Geographic. I'm coming over here for the real thing.
I'll tell you.
We know why you coming over here.
For that wet.
Well, you know, Calvin, something I'm noticing, you know, I mean, as you become
we know what monkey you come to see, Mark.
hey, and I make that monkey eat on the regular. It's screaming monkey.
Oh, wow. Iskandar TV for that super chat. He said 9 Filipinos bound for Dubai were offloaded from their flight on Sunday, March 27th. They were denied boarding of their flight on Sunday after allegedly failing to convince immigration of their reason for traveling to Dubai. And see, thanks for sharing this because this answers the question a lot of you guys ask me, like, well, how hard is it for a Filipino to get a tourist visa? It's not hard to get the visa. It's hard
to get out of the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. They'll give you the visa, but you're not going to leave the airport. But TJ gave me a good suggestion. He said the well-to-do Filipinos, they don't get offloaded. He said, so if you go traveling somewhere with your girlfriend, buy her a first-class ticket. You know, buy some new clothes, buy some Gucci clothes, Fred. I mean Gucci. I mean Gucci. You can look rich, Fred.
You know. Hey, Calvin, something I want to thank you for on some of your blogs as you're talking. You're showing us more of the sites, so it really looks nice. You know, I have to admit. You know, I mean, when you start showing us, especially where you're at and some of the other areas, I can't wait to get there. Me and Lynn to come up and visit you guys. We were definitely looking forward to that.
Mark can bear witness now. He's staying in now. He's still in the nicest hotel right now. It's only what $2,400 a night or something like that.
Yeah, $50 US. But you get breakfast for two. I mean, by the time you eat, you know, and like I said, it's a nice room.
Well, you spend $50 a night. You must be living in luxury over there.
Oh man, yeah, top flight, bro. Top flight.
You know, I'll be over there looking for one of the $20 rooms you're telling me about. That look just as
marble
good.
floors, nice swimming pool, beautiful staff, world class.
About that up, Fred, because you know I was telling you about don't be cheap in the Philippines. You know, it's a flea bag hotel. Well, went to Laredo City.
Yeah.
There's not really many nice hotels over there.
Yeah.
And this place that I had to write this stuff down, because y'all think I'm lying. I wish Marilyn was here. I mean, this was a flea bag hotel. And you know it's a flea bag hotel when they say you want to look at the room first before you pay. If they ever ask you that, you know it's a flea bag hotel, okay?
Yeah.
And when they ask you that, but I wrote this stuff down because I was like, and you know, of course, the television, they actually had a square box television. And of course, it didn't work. It didn't work. But I wrote this stuff down, man, and it was so funny, man. I had to write it down. But I can't.
Well, every time I come, I usually stay in a pretty nice place. You know, a lot of times me and Lynn, when we don't feel like staying in the house, we like staying down in Angela City. They got the Clarkton House. They just remodeled the hotel. Real nice place. Excellent food on the premises, and you know, and everything. So that's our go-to place where we like to stay.
Yeah, I usually do like a lot of Airbnbs. Like when I used to go to Makati, I would stay in Jazz Mall. I would live inside the mall. You know, they had the towers connected to the mall.
Oh yeah.
And stay in condos for $25, $30 a night.
Oh yeah.
Because I like kitchens. I like to have a kitchen.
And they're nice. They're real nice.
Oh yeah. You know? World class.
I love the Airbnbs in the Philippines. They've come so far from 2016 when I started using them. Damn. I really don't stay in anything else because they're available. Remember, anybody that's going to Dumagetti, check out Heidi's Cabin. For $22 a night, you're not going to find a better place. Nowhere. But yeah, guys. What time is it? I got to get off here because I've got to go rent this van. We're going to take Mark and his girlfriend and Mo and his girlfriend. We're going to take them up in the mountains, and I'm going to interview these guys and put it on my channel.
Oh, okay. I'll be looking forward to seeing that.
To let y'all hear from them and their impression of the Philippines. Because Mo, this is his first time coming, and he hasn't stopped moving since he's been here, man. He's been driving, you know. Hey, WC Success Bloggers. So Calvin, how's coming on, man? All we're really waiting on is the roofing materials. They got the roof out. I'm gonna do a short update on it for my blog on Wednesday. But the electrician can't really come in and do what he's supposed to do until they get that roofing taken care of, because you know they run the wiring in the ceiling over here. it's all up in the ceiling here. And so that's what we're waiting on. Once that's done, man, it's basically a wrap, really. I'm waiting for the first guest to come in here, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, I want to thank y'all for stopping by. All the super chats, super stickers, thumbs up. I want to thank my guests, Mark, and of course, OG Fred. Give us some knowledge before we get out here, Mark. I'm gonna start with you.
I pretty much said it all, man. Like, if you think about coming to the Philippines, come. If you're looking for a place that you want to get a different aspect on life and the culture, the people, take the time out and take that long trip and enjoy a chance of a lifetime.
Is it worth it? Is that long trip worth it?
Oh yeah, man. It's 30 hours. It took me 30 hours to get here. And hey, I can't wait to do it again.
That's right. The reason why I stayed here, because you said something. You said, man, when I left, I started crying, right? Every time I left, I got that you get a bad feeling when you leave. You sad as hell. So I just said, to avoid that feeling, I'm never going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather pay the $20,000 for the damn SRRV, Fred, and have to break down and cry again.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. But okay, Fred, OG Fred, give us some knowledge, man. You've been married for 33 years.
I can't say any more than what Mark said. But anyway, been married for 33 years. Always treat your lady with respect. Okay?
Yeah.
Treat her with respect because she deserves it. Especially my wife, some of the stuff she had to put up with me earlier in our marriage and all that stuff, But if you're going to move to the Philippines, you're going on vacation, go there, have you a good time, enjoy yourself. Even in San Carlos City, make sure you check out Sunshine Shoulders. Calvin, you'll make sure you get to the right places you need to go.
That's right.
Actually, Calvin, before I go, I'm recommending two of my friends to come there. When they're coming, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, about this stuff, because here's what I said. I was sitting in there. I was like, well, you have to stay in at least one flea bag hotel in the Philippines. It's the real Philippines, right? So here's some stuff I wrote down. I'm just looking around the room because I took a shower in my clothes, Fred. You know why? This is true, though.
I believe it.
Every flea bag hotel has a peephole or hidden camera. I promise you that.
Calvin, was there any roaches there? How about the roaches?
They open
giant flying types.
Yeah, the roaches.
But anyway, every sheet has at least one permanent stain on it. But and the air conditioning was so noisy, man. It was like a marching band at the time. It was okay. They asked for 100 peso deposit. Imagine that. It was the best sleep that I had in a long time, man. That's the only thing about a flea bag hotel, man. You get a good night's sleep, but and y'all gonna think I'm lying on this, but I promise you, I'm in the shower, I'm taking a shower, and you close the door, and there's a towel rack on the door. It's somebody left their underwear in the damn bathroom. It's a true story, man.
Hey, that lets you know they didn't clean the spot.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, it hadn't been painted. This place hadn't been painted probably in 10 years.
Calvin, the only reason the underwear was on the door just in case you needed to change your underwear.
Yeah.
Part of the service.
Right, man. This place was the only place in town because her sister was talking about it like it was really a 5-star hotel. Go to the Louvre Inn or something like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, any place, because I'm tired. I want to lay there. I went to sleep standing up, Fred. Them damn sheets was filthy. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for stopping by again, man.
Okay.
But I'll be up there in a little bit, Mark.
All right.
In the van, we're gonna take y'all up there. And again, thanks everybody for your super chat, super thickers, thumbs up, all your support, man, for Sunshine Shoulders. And if you ever in San Carlos City or anywhere in this area, come on through and check us out, man. Because this isn't a typical vlog, man. We're a support group. We're gonna give you a hot meal if you want it, man. We'll give you a place to stay for a couple of days. Don't wear your welcome out, though. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna spend the summer in Sunshine House.
I got phase 3 over here for him, Fred. I'm gonna put out phase 3. Now, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay cold. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Thanks again, Fred.
No problem.